My dear students, we just discussed different aspects of Vedic age. We told about the philosophy of Vedic age, and we have already seen that during the Vedic age, there were 4 Purusharthas. These Purusharthas were the objectives of human life. And 4 Purusharthas are Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. And there were 4 ashramas, that means 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. And during different stages of life, they had to keep different objectives or different Purusharthas. And now we are going to talk about the educational system of Vedic period. I have told you that before entering the discussion of the topic education during Vedic age, we should know about the life philosophy and different aspects of social life during Vedic period. So now we have got a thorough idea on different aspects of social pattern and human life during Vedic period. So it is the right time to enter the topic educational system during Vedic period. I may share my screen. Just wait it. I'm sorry. Yes, I think you're able to see. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So keeping all these factors in our mind, let's look at the educational scenario during the Vedic age in India. You might have got some ideas. You might have got some ideas on the educational system of Vedic period by having an intelligent guessing in your mind. So we have got a thorough idea on the philosophy, a thorough idea on the social stratification during the later Vedic age. And see, actually we are going to discuss the education during the later Vedic period. Because in all the books you can see this one, the educational system during the later Vedic period, and we have seen that there was social stratification. So there was education for 3 upper castes, and the education given for the 3 groups was also a way of also different. Okay, so we can just look at some aspects of education. And first of all, I may ask, yes, yes, mute yourself. Everyone, sorry, everyone, please mute yourselves. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have to make someone mute. Yeah. And, if you're asked a question, whether education was that much important, whether education was, sorry, someone's mic is on, that's the problem. I'm sorry. That's okay, yeah. I'm sorry. So if you're asked whether education was that much important during Vedic age, the answer is very simple. Actually, the word Veda was derived from the word Vid. And Vid means knowledge. Then Vedic age means age of knowledge. So there must be some importance. There might have been some importance for education during the Vedic period. Or the prime importance was given to education during the Vedic age. So I may ask you some questions, okay? I will give the points later. Can you guess the aims of education during the Vedic period? Can you guess? Yes. Or I may ask this question to Lulu. Lulu, can you guess the aims of education? I have told that when you think about the aims of education or different aspects related to the educational system of a particular era, you should just look at the life philosophy of that period. So what will be the aims of, or what might be the aims of education during Vedic period? Yes, Lulu. Yes. Lulu, are you ready? Yes. Actually, she was there now. I cannot see her in the list. Yes, Lulu? No. So I don't know what happened. She was there in the list, but now I'm not able to see her. So I may ask the question to Farsan, just tell me. What might be the aims of education during the Vedic period?
Sir, I think, sir, audible alle? അവര് all aspects-ലും നൈപുണ്യം നേടിക്കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ നോളജ് ആയാലും തിയററ്റിക്കൽ നോളജ് ആയാലും. അപ്പോ
I may ask you, Farsan, whether you can specific aims. For example, if our life's philosophy is that we have to enjoy the material life as much as possible, then the aim of education will be to enable an individual to get the capacity to enjoy the material life as much as possible. So this will be the aim of education in such a situation. And we know that if we have to enjoy the material life as much as possible, then we should get a better job. Then next aim of education will be to make the individual secure a better job in his society. So this will be, this is the style of selecting, or this is the method of selecting aims of education in a particular society. And you know that the most important aims of life in Vedic period, the most important aim is to realize moksha. Then there is dharma, there is artha, there is kama. So think about all these things. Think about the different ashramas and different purusharthas. Then you will get the correct answer. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Actually, we should make them practice all the aspects of the life philosophy of the Vedic period. But I require some specific aims. Yes. Yes, Varsana. You can list the aims. Just try to list the aims one by one. Yes.
Ipam,
So first, Sana, you think for a while, then I may call another person. I think you can get the answer. Just think for a few minutes. Then
okay.
I may call Shahima. Shahima. Can you guess the aims of education during the Vedic period? Yes. Shahima, are you there?
Yes, audible, sir. Yes, education has important in Vedic period, but
What will be the education? I think I told that if you are living in an Islamic country, then they will be talking about life hereafter. And one of the aims of education will be to make an individual able to prepare for the life hereafter. And here, there is something called moksha, there is something called artha, there is something called dharma, there is something called kama. So think about all these things. So for what you are giving education to your students? Yes.
for the successful life.
Yes, how can a person lead a successful life in the society during the Vedic period? Again, Shahima, you can also think. Actually, the matter is that you know the answer, but you should know the way of presenting answers for different questions. That is important. When you are asked to give aims of education, then you have to make use of two. For example, I have told you that if your life philosophy is that you have to enjoy the life as much as possible, then one of the aims of education will be to enable an individual to enjoy material life as much as possible. So here aim, if a person asks you, why are you going to town? Then you have got an aim. Then you will tell, I'm going to town to purchase a mobile phone. So this is the style of answer you have to give when you're asked aims or goals or objectives. So the question may be answered by Vinaya. Vinaya. Yes, Vinaya. She was there. Left. Yes, Vinaya is there. Vinaya.
Through education, we can develop our personality.
So actually, when we talk about aims, I have told you that you talk about aim, then you should use two. If you tell by education we can develop our personality, that is the advantage of education. If you're asked to give the answer for the question, what different aims of education during Vedic age, then you should talk about the aims, the purpose which they kept in their mind when they were thinking about giving education for people. So if you tell personality development, then you should tell to enable the learners or to enable the individuals to develop their personality. This should be the style of answer you are giving when you are asked questions such as what are the aims of education? Okay, personality. Okay, leave it there. And I will tell you something else later. Personality. Okay, according to Vinaya, one of the aims of education during the Vedic age was to enable individuals to develop their personality. So I may ask one more. So any other person can answer this question.
Shahimia പറഞ്ഞത് ഞാനാ പറഞ്ഞത് personality development.
That was answered by Shahima. Okay, solved by Shahima. Yeah. Then
Sir,
yeah,
to acquire dharmic knowledge like values, norms.
yeah, that is something important, because one of the aims of it, one of the life
Regulations, law.
one of the aims of human life was dharma, to keep dharma. So if one has
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep dharma, he should know what is dharma, what dharma is. So during the educational stage or during the childhood days, each and every individual should taught different aspects of dharma, and they should be practicing dharma. So the first aim of education, you can just tell, to make an individual able to practice dharma, or to teach dharma to the individuals, to teach virtues, to teach some righteousness, to teach traditional values, to teach the values to the individuals. So this should be the method of writing. Actually, I know that I'm taking more time for discussing a simple topic, but I'm doing this just because I have seen that students always give answers for different questions in the same manner. And this may affect your writing skill too. Actually, if you are asked to write objectives or aims, then you should use two. If you are asked to write the advantages, then you should use can, or it will be helpful, just like that. So this is an aim of education during Vedic age, to make the individuals able to practice dharma, or to teach them dharma, to teach them values, different traditional values related to Vedic philosophy. Yeah. Then any other aim?
Sir,
Yeah.
To teach them about the aim of our life.
Yeah.
Goal of life.
Yes, I haven't heard Jesse. Who is talking? Yeah, Jesse. Yeah.
To teach the students about the goal of life or purpose of life.
Is to teach the students about different aims of life. That means they should know that the most important aims of human life are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And I have told you that during different stages of life, even when we are enjoying artha and kama, we have to follow dharma. So, okay, this also may be included as an A. Then any other aim. Actually, we are giving specific aims on the basis of these goals of life. So there are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So education should enable a learner to practice dharma. Education should enable a learner to enjoy artha. Yes. Yes. Material wealth. Education should make an individual able to enjoy kama. That means worldly desire. Yeah.
sir, sir,
Some person.
am I audible, sir?
You're audible. Who is speaking?
Rislana.
Rislana, just tell. I think you have got something to tell. Yeah.
Sir, aim of life during Vedic age was one of them was moksha. So the aim of education may be to realize the spiritual values,
Yeah.
something like religious education.
Yes, actually, you're correct. The most important aim of education during Vedic period was to make an individual realize moksha at the end of the life. Because the whole human life was for reaching the stage called moksha. So the most important aim of education was to realize, to enable individuals to realize moksha, or to realize or to have spiritual satisfaction. So reaching moksha at the end of life. I may show you something here. Just look here, you can see different types of aim. The aims of education during Vedic period can be categorized into two: ultimate aim and immediate aim. Ultimate aim means the long-term aim. Immediate aim is some temporary aim, something which you need for your immediate life, your life, your present life or future life. And here, if you think about immediate aim, it is preparation for having artha and kama, because you have to live in a society, so you have to earn some wealth, you have to enjoy your desires. So here, preparation for having artha and kama. Then ultimate is preparation for moksha or salvation. The ultimate aim of education during the Vedic period was to enable an individual to reach moksha by practicing dharma throughout his life. And if you can look at the preparation for having artha and kama, you can see warfare skills, then administration, then trade, craft. Because we have to get a job. If you are a kshatriya, then if you have to get a job, then you should learn different warfare activities. So there you can see the aim is to teach warfare activities. And if you are from aristocratic family, or if you are from the king's family, then if you have to get the throne, then you should know administration. If you have to become a minister in the palace, then you should know administration. Then teaching administration was an aim of aim during that period. Then Vaishyas were merchants. There were some people who have creating some items, craft was there. So teach trade or teach business. Teaching trade or teaching business was an aim. Then teaching craft was an aim. Then the ultimate aim is knowledge attainment, because if you have to practice dharma, you should get knowledge. So knowledge attainment was an important aim. Then attaining dharma, that is what's told by Jemit. We have to teach them dharma. So this is a general categorization. Okay. Immediate aim and ultimate aim. Got it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is,
Yes, sir.
if you ask a question, what is the difference between immediate aim and ultimate aim? You can just write this one. Ultimate aim is the long-term aim. That means to prepare, to make a person to prepare for something at the end of the life. And immediate aim is just for the worldly wealth and such things. Okay. Now I may list some aims. If you are asked a question, what are the different aims of education during Vedic age, you can list all these things. Preparation for moksha or salvation, or I mean to make an individual able to reach moksha or salvation at the end of life. The knowledge attainment, that means to provide fantastic knowledge to individuals. Cultivation of dharma, that means to teach your students all the aspects of dharma and virtues. Then preparation for family life. You know that there is grihastya. After the education, the person had to get married with a woman. Then he had to lead a family life. So education was to give some skills for leading a better family life. Then acquisition of warfare skills. We have told that the duty of Kshatriyas were safeguarding the country. So you should teach some warfare skills like horse riding. Yes. So you have to teach warfare skills. Then acquisition of administrative skills. Some people who belong to the Kshatriya group were to rule the country. So they had to learn administrative skills. Then this one is the character development. and Shekima told personality development. There is a difference between character and personality. Nowadays, we give education for personality development, but during the ancient period, education was given for character development to help an individual develop a better character. So I may tell you the difference between character and development. Before that, I may tell you a sentence told by Swami Vivekananda to a lady whom he met in USA when he went there for attending the World Religious Conference. The lady kept a sort of, the lady was insulting Vivekananda. She was insulting Vivekananda with some sort of facial expression just because he had worn some turban and some saffron clothes. His dress code was not modern. So the lady was insulting him with some words and with some facial expressions. Then one day, Swami Vivekananda told her, "Madam, in your country, it is the tailor decides the personality of a man. But in my country, it is the character." Madam, in your country, it is the tailor decides the personality of a man, but in my country, it is the character. And here comes the difference between character and personality. Character is inside and outside. Personality is peripheral. Yes, because the meaning of his words is that in Western countries, people are called gentlemen if they are worn some cotton suit and tie, some better dress. The personality is decided on the basis of the peripheral appearance, the external appearance. But character is including your internal behavior and external behavior. Personality is decided on the basis of how you behave to a person at a particular, on a particular occasion, just for your benefits. Okay, you may be blaming him inside your mind. But character means if you smile to a person, you will smile inside yourself and outside. And this is the difference between character and personality. And during the Vedic period, one of the most important aims of education was to enable individuals to have better character. I'm sorry, the meeting is, it is just over. So I will be